I'm here with Mark Striegl. He's going to be the contender for the featherweight title in the PXC 39 happening this Saturday. And, you know, that must sound good for you, like title shot, you know, finally you're 12-0. Do you feel like it's just the right time, or do you feel like it's been, you know, it's a long time coming?
Yeah, I think it's just the right time. I mean, I've never had a title shot before. I fought for a lot of promotions in Asia. Yeah, I fought in a lot of different cities, but title shot for whatever reason has eluded me, and I think it's just everything's lining up, and it's just perfect timing right now.
Yeah, you were supposed to have a fight against Yusuke before getting, if ever you did win that one, get a title shot, but you got straight to a title shot. What happened to the fight there?
Well, basically that fight was for May 18th, and then I got injured in camp, and actually Yusuke got injured at the same time. So we both got injured and had to cancel the bout, and then PXC, Jang won his fight on that night against Nate Thorell from Hawaii. So he advanced in the tournament, and PXC said that, they wanted to push with the title fight ahead of schedule. I guess since I beat Harris in my last fight, he was a champion weight class above me. So, I'm lucky enough to be fighting for the title now.
And how's the injury? What happened? And leading up to the preparation for this fight, did it bother you at all? Well, what's the status?
No problems right now, man. Knock on wood. Arm feels great. It was just a shoulder injury, just a freak accident training. I really don't even know what happened, but the next day I went to the gym to do some strength conditioning, and I couldn't do a pull-up, you know. And if you can't do a pull-up, it's pretty basic exercise, and I couldn't do a pull-up. My arm couldn't support itself. My left arm, I was using my right for the whole thing. Just shooting pains through my left shoulder, so I knew that, I was no-go for the fight.
So you started out, I think MMA, you were introduced to it in Japan, yes, but you've been training wrestling in the U.S. How do you spend your time training for fights? I know you spend time in Tokyo as well, and then you spend time in Baguio. How do you separate the time there, and what do you get from each camp?
Right. Well, I was born and raised in Tokyo, Japan. My parents are international school teachers. My mom's Filipino, my dad's American. But I grew up in Tokyo, so I actually, I started my MMA career over there, training at Waji's Keishikai, which is a well-known gym over there. And I went to college in the States in San Diego, so I continued MMA over there. And right now I'm based in Baguio in the Philippines, so done a little bit of traveling, and I just like to go to Tokyo to see my family, because my immediate family still lives over there. So I'll see them for some trips, and then I'll do some training at my first gym that I trained at, Waji's Keishikai. And then I get the high altitude training in Baguio, of course.
Okay, so talking about high altitude, a lot of the successful fighters from Team Lakay as well, from the same area, how much of a big advantage is it ever since you started, training there in Baguio? Do you see a big difference in terms of your cardio or your performance?
Yeah, I think it's huge for strength conditioning. I mean, there's a reason why Manny Pacquiao does it, It's 5,000 feet above sea level there in the mountains, and if you're, when I go out of the country, I go back to Tokyo, I go down to Manila. My first workout, when I come back to Baguio, I can immediately feel the difference in the air. I mean, I'm just gassed at the workout. So it takes some adapting, getting used to, and then after training there for quite some time, and then come back down to Manila, you can just feel you don't get tired as much.
How's the weight cut leading up to the fight? You start cutting a week before, and how much do you need to cut? Because I was talking to Jang a while ago, he cuts about 8 to 10 kilos, which is huge. He's going to come in close to 20 pounds maybe on fight night. How much weight do you cut?
I don't cut nearly that much. I mean, to be honest, I could probably make 135 if I wanted to. I'm a decently sized, probably above average sized featherweight, but definitely not as big as Jang. I'll cut maybe 5 kilos the last week of the fight, which is pretty standard for all MMA fighters. So.
Yeah. How do you see this fight going? I know I was watching a lot of your previous fights, and you had trouble before with, I think it was Kawanago, where you had a hard time taking him down and he kept it standing. What have you learned since then? Because that was like about 2 years ago. Against Jang, being that Korean top team, great wrestlers in that camp as well. How are you mixing it up for this fight?
Well, actually, my fight with Kawanago, I don't want to make an excuse, but that's going to sound like an excuse either way. But I went in that fight injured. I had a torn ACL and just took it. It was a big opportunity with Legend, so I took the fight. Shouldn't have taken the fight. I actually couldn't do any running before that fight. Couldn't do any. I couldn't bend my knee. It was a stupid idea to take the fight, but I guess I learned not to go into a fight with an injury. And I didn't do that in my last fight. When I hurt my shoulder, I knew I had to pull out the fight. So definitely gotta, I mean, you get bumps and bruises in all your training camps. No MMA fighter goes into a fight 100%. But if you got something serious like an ACL tear, an MCL tear, something with the knee, shoulder like that, then yeah, you gotta go to the next one.
What do you see Jang bringing into this fight? Obviously, you've been successful taking down your opponents and finishing him from there. He's going to want to keep this standing for sure. Is there anything else that you feel like he's going to be bringing into the cage fight night?
You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'll stand and bang with him. I'll go to the ground if the opportunity presents itself. I mean, really, I'm just going to take whatever he gives me. I mean, I don't think it'll be that black and white as me just going for the takedown and him trying to keep it on the feet. So, I mean, I've trained, it's MMA, you know, I train everything. I do a lot of striking training in Baguio since I moved here to the Philippines. And yeah, I'm ready for wherever the fight goes.
And Dana White just announced that he might have a UFC event next year here in the Philippines. And being that there's a lot of hype, a lot of talk being that you may be the next one to move on to the UFC, being that PXC is known to bring fighters there. When you heard the announcement, did the thought ever enter your mind that maybe you know, the possibility of you making that card maybe?
No, of course. I mean, I think that's any fighter's dream to fight in the UFC. It's the Super Bowl of mixed martial arts. And to fight in Manila, of course, you know, your home country, of course it'd be nice. Yeah, it would be my dream to fight in the UFC and represent the Philippines. That'd be awesome.
And so on fight night, you know, a lot of people are going to be cheering for you. Again, with all that hype behind your name, does it bring any pressure at all when you fight? I mean, the more that you get into it, the more people know about you. Does it add pressure at all? Does it, you know?
I mean, it's a title fight, so there's a little more pressure. And but you know, there's pressure in every single fight. Whatever fight you go into, there's always pressure. And I always believe that I perform best under pressure. So.
And last question. I know you're probably hungry a little bit. I want to let you go, but if you were to pick a result for that fight, you know, whether it be a decision, submission, knockout, TKO, what do you think will happen fight night on Saturday? What's your prediction?
It won't go to decision. It'll probably end by KO or submission in the first or second round. Yeah.
First or second round. There you go. Mark Striegl, featherweight title contender. It's happening this Saturday in our sports arena, PXC 39.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it,
man. No, my pleasure.
Good luck.
Thank you.